Hello, welcome to Daily News from Mazar-e TV. Scholarly meetings of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi during nights of Ramadan 2023. The house of His Eminence Grand Shia Islamic jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi in the holy city of Qom in Iran hosts series of scholarly meetings during the nights of the holy month of Ramadan. In these meetings, senior scholars, clerics, and seminarians ask their questions on Islamic law, history, and beliefs from His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The enthusiasts can follow the discussions in these meetings live on Mazar-e TV and its official web pages on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram every night at 10:30 p.m. Qom local time. Religious and cultural activists gather at Anwar al-Jawadein Institute. On the occasion of the blessed month of Ramadan 2023, a gathering of religious and cultural activists in the city of Baghdad was held at the headquarters of the Anwar al-Jawadein Institute, one of the centers associated with the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Baghdad. In this gathering, a group of clerics, religious and cultural activists, and officials from centers associated with His Eminence were present. Islamic scholars Sheikh Ahmad al-Lami and Sheikh Ali al-Asami spoke about the necessity of preaching religion and purifying the soul in this gathering. Gathering of religious scholars and preachers in Basra ahead of Ramadan 2023. On the occasion of the blessed month of Ramadan 2023, a gathering of preachers and religious speakers was held at the office of the esteemed religious authority, Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husseini Shirazi in the city of Basra. Dozens of students and clerics from the seminaries of Iraq attended this ceremony and benefited from the statements of the Islamic scholar Sheikh Nazar al-Hassan, the director of the Religious Authority Office in Basra. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi hosts believers in Holy Karbala, Iraq. The office of the esteemed religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husseini Shirazi in Karbala, received a group of young believers from this city on the 26th of Sha'ban 1444 AH. During this event, the guests had the opportunity to meet with the Islamic scholar Sayyid Mahdi Shirazi and benefited from his advice. This office also hosted a group of youth from the city of Baghdad and a group of orphan children from the holy city of Najaf who were under the care and supervision of the Amir al-Mu'minin Institute. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi commemorates passing of Ayatollah Sayyid Mirza Mahdi Shirazi. A ceremony was held at the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Karbala on the occasion of the anniversary of the passing of Ayatollah Sayyid Mirza Mahdi Husseini Shirazi. This ceremony was held on the 28th of Sha'ban of this year and was attended by dozens of religious and cultural figures, seminary students, representatives of the grand religious authorities, and the general public. The attendees of this ceremony benefited from the speech of Sheikh Nasser al-Asadi about the life and academic and social services of the late Ayatollah Sayyid Mirza Mahdi Husseini Shirazi. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi runs charity work in Mazar-e Sharif city, Afghanistan. On the eve of the blessed month of Ramadan 2023, the Office of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husseini Shirazi carried out a charitable activity in the city of Mazar-e Sharif, Afghanistan. In this humanitarian action, dozens of blankets were distributed among needy families and orphans. This action took place on the 29th of Sha'ban 1444 AH. Assembly of Preachers at Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in India. On the occasion of the blessed month of Ramadan 2023, a gathering of Shia scholars, preachers, and speakers in India was held at the office of the Grand Shia jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husseini Shirazi in the city of Lucknow. This gathering took place on the 29th of Sha'ban this year. In this meeting, Sayyid Saif Abbas Naqvi, a representative of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, emphasized the importance of religious leaders fulfilling their responsibilities towards people during the blessed month of Ramadan and explaining the teachings and doctrines of the Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them. Representatives of Shia TV networks visit Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Najaf, Iraq. Sayyid Zaid al-Gharabi, representative of the Al-Shire and Al-Najaf Ashraf satellite TV networks, visited the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Najaf and met with the members of this office. During a meeting with Ayatollah Sheikh Hussein Fedai and Sayyid Ataullah Husseini, the director of this office, they benefited from their recommendations. Also in this meeting, they discussed how to better disseminate Islamic and Shia teachings globally. Ayatollah Shirazi Research Center holds conference in Holy Karbala, Iraq. The Research and Studies Center of Ayatollah Shirazi in Karbala held its monthly session entitled The Concept of Governance in Imam Sajjad Treatise on Rights, in which dozens of researchers, scholars, students, and activists attended and discussed the topic and tried to compare and relate the recommendations of Imam Sajjad, peace be upon him, on governance with contemporary times. The session was presided over by Muhammad Ala al-Safi, one of the researchers of this center. Ahlul Bayt Institute donates food baskets to needy in Basra, Iraq. The Ahlul Bayt Cultural and Charitable Institution in Basra, one of the centers associated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, delivered its first load of provisions to orphans and needy people in this city. In this charitable action, dozens of food packages were delivered to families under the coverage of this institution in accordance with the religious authorities' recommendations to support the needy and orphans. According to the officials of the Ahlul Bayt institution, hundreds of other food packages will be distributed in deprived areas of Basra during the holy month of Ramadan through several phases. Rasul Adham Institute distributes meat packs to needy in Baghdad. On the occasion of the blessed month of Ramadan this year, Rasul Adham Cultural and Charity Institute distributed sacrificial meat in the holy city of Condemnation. Through this charity initiative, large quantities of sacrificial meat were distributed in the deprived areas around Baghdad, and dozens of needy families and orphans benefited from it. Fatima Zahra Institute donates food packages to needy in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Hazrat Fatima Zahra Cultural and Charitable Institution, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, delivered another shipment of provisions to needy families and orphans in this holy city on the occasion of the blessed month of Ramadan. On the 29th of Shaban this year, in collaboration with the Labbaik Ya Mahdi campaign from Kuwait and the Nur al-Sayyida Ruqayya campaign, this institution distributed dozens of packages of provisions and cash among dozens of needy families and orphans. The sanction was taken in accordance with the recommendations of the religious authorities to support the needy as the blessed month of Ramadan 2023 approached. Nonviolence Incorporation calls for condemnation of racist policies against African nations. Nonviolence Incorporation, Free Muslim Association, has issued an official statement calling for condemnation of racist policies against African peoples. This statement, released on the occasion of March 21st, the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, reads, "We must seize this opportunity to combat racist policies and behaviors against African people in terms of nationality, religion, culture, and race, and secure their human rights." This statement also notes, despite human progress in civil matters, we still witness racist policies and behaviors against African peoples.